What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video. We have no time to explain. I played UFO 50 not too long ago. I played a decent amount of time into it, and wow, this is one of the best collections I've ever played. I think it deserves a ranking video, a special kind of ranking video, honestly. This is probably not going to do well because it's not Mario or anything, but I want to make more videos on indie games, so yeah. This is based on my pure enjoyment of each of the indie games, regardless of the genre. So yeah, without further ado, let's go. Number 50, Combatants. I don't think anyone's going to disagree of this one being at the very bottom. And yep, this is a strategy game kind of game where you lead all your slow-moving ants to peas, I guess, and, you know, do interesting battles that you can pull off, of course, and get some upgrades. The problem is with this game, it's too slow, really, and yeah, I don't think anyone will disagree of this one being at the very bottom of the collection. Number 49, Divers. This sounds like a cool idea on paper. It's an RPG where you're swimming. That sounds cool, but then you play it, it's kind of slow and not that interesting. I played RPGs, by the way, but this one was just kind of boring, if I'm going to be honest. Like, swimming around, trying to find your way down into the deep water and other areas. I don't know, it didn't get my attention. I played this for like a few minutes as someone who's been lately getting into certain RPG series. I just couldn't really get into this one, personally. I can see why some people wouldn't mind it, but I don't know, just not my thing. Number 48, Planet Zodaf. This is a top-down kind of classic game where you're walking in random locations and try to find 3 treasures so you can leave the planet. Hope you love walking around, because that's kind of what it feels like. It really took me a bit to kind of understand this game, really, and I can see why some people will probably rank this one a little higher than I did, honestly, but I don't know, it just didn't really grab my attention, to be honest. Yeah, you can really tell what type of games I'm going to be playing at the very bottom. So, yeah, if you know my favorite gaming genre, so... Number 47, Porgy. This is an adventure game underwater where you're exploring the deep depths, but you have to watch your fuel. Grab fuel tanks along the way and take it back to your submarine. The problem with this game, I would have liked this more if it wasn't for the backtracking, honestly. Like, you have to backtrack to get fuel back in your spot, and you gotta be careful because you can run out very easily, so... yeah, I feel like I would have liked this game more if it wasn't for that, honestly. So, yeah, sorry, guys. Number 46, Barbuta. The very first game of the collection, and, well, it wasn't the strongest start, in my opinion. I've seen some people either like this one, or I've seen some people not a fan of it. I'm one of those who doesn't really like it. Well, first things first, the movement is too slow, and the jumping is so janky. I know there's gonna be some of these games in the collection that are janky on purpose, which is the whole point because most of these feel like NES games, but this was just not fun to play. You explore around a dungeon and yeah, find some secrets. This one was, I feel like I would have liked this, and I can see why some people would like it, but I don't know, too slow for my liking. Number 45, Golferia. I don't like golfing in video games, honestly, so this is why this one's on the very low end, but I thought this one was okay for what it is, honestly. You golf around and exploring in a big open area while golfing, but yeah, you're restricted to 20 strokes, so you better keep that in mind until you hit a checkpoint and find some treasure along the way. This is really restricted in my opinion, so I don't know, I wasn't too big on this one, but I can see why some people wouldn't mind it, so yeah. Number 44, Hotfoot. This is beanbag tag, dodgeball kinda. I don't like dodgeball IRL, I always lose in that, but yeah, this one's kind of boring. It's clunky, I mean, I guess it's supposed to be, but I don't know, it's just not that interesting of a game, honestly. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if some people had this a lot lower. Honestly, just for that alone, it's just not that interesting in my opinion. I just don't like dodgeball IRL, so I think it shows. Number 43, Devilition, a puzzle game and it's grid-based. Yeah, not my kind of thing, honestly. This lets you shut off. You have to basically set off a chain reaction to get rid of demons that are hurting the people that are on the grid. Wow. Okay. I don't know. This one I really couldn't get into, but if this is high on your list, more power to you. Puzzle games sometimes are not my thing. There are a few exceptions we'll get to later on. Number 42, Caramel. This is one of those shooter ones, like, moving forward. You've probably played at least something like this before. You take pictures and make combos happen. It's fine, I guess, but this was a simple premise, but it is one of the hardest games in the collection if you want to do that. There's just better ones out there I'd rather play, so yeah. Number 41, Bug Hunter. This is a puzzle game, grid-based, that I kind of got more into a little more than Devilition. You basically, as again, it's a grid base. You move your little robots around and try to clear up enemies around the field. I mean, it's a more simple one and still not my thing, but I wouldn't mind replaying this a few times, honestly. I give this one a little more credit, to be honest. And this was only the second game, by the way, in the collection. Number 40, the Big Bell Race. This is a race with UFOs. One of the main selling points of the collection is a few games that use this UFO. Basically, you race around a big race course. Sometimes you lap around a few times and try to win the race. This one's pretty fun, but I feel like you play it more than once, you kind of get it. That's why it's kind of lower on the list, but it's definitely a really engaging one, so yeah. This is where we get to the decent games at this point, so yeah. 39, Campolina 3. Yes, there's 3 Campolina games, and this one's kind of the weakest one. This plays sort of like Star Fox, kind of, where you gotta watch out for blocks and you shoot stuff and try to get enough points to make it to the next part. I mean, it's fine. I didn't really get much time into this. By the way, I'm not gonna compare these into other gaming franchises unless it's necessary, so yeah, just letting y'all know. But yeah, I don't know, this one was just fine. The later ones we're gonna talk about are kind of better. Number 38, Star Wars Spire, if I said that correctly. If you played Galaga, you know exactly what this is, and it's basically that with a lot more stuff going on. It's honestly pretty solid if you play Galaga, of course, so yeah, not much more I can say. It's just a solid Galaga-like shooter. I said Galaga like at least 5 times. 37, Pilot's Quest. I wasn't sure if this is controversial, and it probably is, but I don't know, I couldn't really get into this one personally. You're basically grinding in a lot of cases, and you have limited time to explore the overworld and also just keep grinding, and sometimes you just gotta wait, honestly. If you take damage in certain cases, you're gonna lose time. This is an interesting case to handle an adventure game. I guess it makes it really unique, but not my thing personally, but I can see why some people would like it, honestly. 36, Grimstone. It's a classic RPG style game. If you play something like the old Final Fantasy games, you know exactly how it plays. Though, I'm gonna be honest, don't go into this with high expectations, really. It's an RPG like in the western town, and I've heard, like, I haven't finished the game, so I know I'm kind of judging this by, oh, I haven't beaten the game, but I played enough of it to say that I'm sure it's a decent RPG game, but nothing too crazy or anything, so yeah. And the western vibe is cool, but I don't know, that's literally the only thing I can give it, to be honest, so yeah. 35, Hyper Contender, a 2D fighting game where you collect rings, not Sonic rings, but you're still collecting rings. You fight with your opponent, see who would get the most rings 4 times up. Might be a skill issue why I rated this so low, but I don't know. Every time I play this game, I've lost every single round, so I don't know. It's probably a skill issue thing. It's still a solid one, though. I'll give it that, so yeah. 34, Valbrace, or Valbrace, however you say it. This is an RPG first-person view kind of game, and it's actually pretty solid. You basically explore around dungeons, find treasure, and you look around. Honestly, it's a pretty solid one. Although, I'm gonna be honest, it does get a little repetitive just moving around and finding stuff. But it's an interesting one, I'll give it that. 33, Lords of Disconia, if I said that correctly. This one's a very interesting game, and probably one of the more unique ones. This is another strategy game where you build up your team to get soldiers, and once you get to battle, you play a round of golf, but it's fun at least, and try to beat your opponent. This is an interesting one, actually. A decent one, I could say, honestly. Number 32, Rakshasa. That's probably the best way I could pronounce that, honestly. It's a weird name to say. Either way, this is a platforming game with clunky movement on purpose, but it's actually pretty decent. It's like the Ghosts and Goblins of this game, basically. You basically go through adventure. If you get hit once, you'll turn into a ghost, so you gotta make sure you get your body back, I guess, and make sure to not die from enemies, of course. This one is, I thought I was gonna rank this a lot lower than I thought, but the more time I played it, the more I actually thought it was, okay, this is actually not too bad, honestly. I probably wouldn't play this a ton due to the controls and stuff, but it's actually pretty solid. I definitely recommend checking this one out, honestly. 31, Paint Chase. Cars meet Splatoon in this one. Paint all over the place and beat your opponent. This one is actually surprisingly really fun. And I gotta say, as a fan of Splatoon, I mean, I shouldn't really compare it, but it's almost the same premise. It's a really cool one, honestly. I think you play a few times, you kind of get it, but it's a surprisingly kind of addicting. So, yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Number 30, Quibble Race. This is basically Day at the Races from Mario Party 2. You bet on a Quibble who you think is going to win the race. I really didn't know why people rate this high as some people. That was bad wording, but yeah. This is a really interesting one, and I can see why people rate this one so high. But, I don't know, I wouldn't play this one as much as I anticipate. So, yeah. Nearly at the halfway point, oh boy. 29, Rock On Island. They made a Balloons Tower Defense game, guys. That's pretty much what this is. It's about what you expect. Kill all the enemies to make sure you don't head to their territory. This one's a really good one, honestly. Maybe not something I play multiple times, honestly, because I'll admit it gets kind of dull. And I don't know, I probably lost several times not making the greatest setup, but I think it's a pretty good one, and I can see why people rank it a lot higher. 28, Pin Golf. Oh, my two least favorite things. Golfing and playing pinball. But I actually kind of like this one, surprisingly. It's a classic game of golf, and it's good, honestly. Like, I didn't think I'd get really addicted to this one, but I did. It's golf, but it's also pinball gimmicks around. Surprisingly, my two least favorite things combined to one can be a favorite of mine. So, yeah. 27, Cyber Owls. I generally don't know what the repetition is with this one, because I feel like no one ever talks about it, nor even knows like where to rank it. I thought it was pretty good. It's different gameplay styles in each mission. Sometimes you're doing a stealth mission, sometimes you're doing some platforming. It's honestly a pretty interesting one, and it sucks that barely anyone knows where to rank it, honestly, so yeah. It's one of the least played games from what I've heard, honestly. 26, Eviantos. I've seen a lot of high ratings for this one, but I think it's good, but I just feel like other ones I kind of like more. It's a strategy game where you use dinosaurs to kind of build an army and try to take out your other opponents. It's about what you expect. I can see why people rate this one so high, but for me, I don't know, I kind of suck at it, and maybe it's just strategy games are not my highest thing, so yeah, but I see the appeal with this one. Funny number 25, Fist Hell. This is probably my most divisive placement right now, because I've seen a lot of low ratings. This is basically, if you play Double Dragon, it's basically that. I played Double Dragon several times, so I know exactly what this is. Or it's like one of those beat 'em up kind of games, honestly. And I don't know, I thought it was fine. I mean, the controls are very sluggish, I won't lie, but I thought it was a kind of neat one, honestly. I don't know, it's probably the most middle-of-the-road game is a beat 'em up, honestly. I've seen this one ranked pretty low. I don't know, I'm probably the minority who doesn't mind playing this. So yeah, there's probably my most controversial placement, honestly. 24, Campolina 2. We'll get to the first Campolina game in a bit, but Campolina 2 definitely gets a mention here. You're doing a mix of flying with the UFO, and of course, 2D platforming shooting like Cave Story. I need to replay Cave Story, I used to love that game. And yeah, it's actually really good. You got some neat levels to explore, honestly, and yeah, it's actually really fun. Definitely recommend checking this one out. 23, Mortal 2. We'll get to the first Mortal game in a bit, but let's talk about the premise of this one. This is one giant area that you have to explore, and basically you have 99 lives, so if one of your guys dies, you have to get another one. But the interesting thing is, your guys aren't dead, technically speaking. If you have one be a stone, you can have one be a teleport, you can have one even have bullets, you can even have one be a pipe, like Mario. And they stay there for the next one to come out, the next soldier to come out. It's a really unique idea for a platforming, and I gotta say, I really enjoyed this one. We'll get to the first Mortal game in a little bit, but yeah, Mortal 2 is really, really good, honestly. Number 22, Block Kaloa. This is one of those puzzle games I feel like not a lot of people like for some reason, and I don't know, I thought it was fine, I like it. I don't know how I got into this one pretty easily, but yeah, it's decent. You move blocks around, you move the start block to the start location you need to go. The difficulty curve with this one is all over the place. Sometimes you get some easy levels, sometimes you get some rather brutal ones, and it's very inconsistent. The only nitpick I have with it. Otherwise, it's a solid puzzle game in my opinion. Number 21, Mooncat. Let's get this out of the way right now. This is one of the weirdest controlling platformers I've ever played. You use a D-pad to move left, use a button, B button I'm assuming, to move right, and you press one of them at the same time to jump. This is one of the weirdest controlling platforms I've ever played, but it's surprisingly, it's really good. You have to play more of it so you can kind of understand it, but once you get the hang of the controls, it's really not that bad, honestly. It's surprisingly really good. I was tempted to put this lower, too. Number 20, Waldorf's Journey. I said that really badly, but whatever. This is a platformer where you're playing as a walrus that can, well, barely jump, and you jump from platform to platform to get to the door that you want to go to. At first, I thought this was a lot harder because I tried climbing up. It's like, that's it? This was the game? But then I was playing on hard mode, basically. You launch them forward and see how far you can go. This is a silly little game, and I really surprisingly thought it was a pretty good one, honestly. It's made in the 20s, surprisingly. Number 19, Bushido Ball. It's your typical score points on the other team's goal kind of game. But it's actually really fun, honestly. I didn't think this one would be ranked really high on the list, but I guess I just like these kind of games. It kind of shows what type of genre games I enjoy. This is definitely a replayable one, and I really like this one, honestly. Number 18, Vanguard. It's Metroid, basically. Yay! If you love Metroid, you'll love this one, honestly. This is a really great one. I'm kind of surprised some people rank it a little lower. You switch from going up the top, you can go on the ceiling, sometimes you can go below, and it's honestly really fun. It takes a while to get used to the controls, honestly, but once you get the hang of it, yeah, it's a pretty good one, honestly. Definitely recommend it for any fans of Metroidvania. Number 17, Warp Tank. This is a somewhat kind of puzzle platformer where you're basically playing as a tank. You can only move on 2 specific platforms. You shoot a platform, you go to that side of the platform. You just basically solve puzzles, honestly. This is probably one of the better puzzle games I like, honestly, and surprisingly, it's really addicting. The difficulty really ramps up, and I don't mind that here, honestly. Definitely one of the most interesting puzzle games of the collection, honestly. Number 16, Overbold. This is a shooter game, roguelike kind of game, where you basically take down enemies in each wave. Each wave, you're gonna try to get basically more and more stronger. This is a really short game, but unfortunately, which is why I can't place it any higher, but the charm of it and the fun of it really ranks it really high, honestly, for me. I really enjoyed this one. I really wish it was a little longer for me, but I thought this one was really good. It reminded me of The Binding of Isaac is basically what this kind of reminds me of. I really gotta play that game, honestly. Number 15, Campolina. Now we're at the top 15. This is the simple Campolina right here. I can understand if some people prefer Campolina 2 over this one, but to be honest, I kind of like the simple aspect of Campolina a little more. It's more arcadey and a little more tricky. You basically gotta make sure you don't touch a single platform, otherwise you die and start over. It's a really, really one of those, like, get perfectly positioned kind of games, but that's why I really like it, honestly. This is just that game for me, honestly, and it's really, really good. Definitely get this one. Definitely play this one for sure. Number 14, Tactics. When I first played this, I really didn't understand this one. Basically, troops move forward in each few seconds. You try to attack them and try not to get too many of your opponent's troops on the other side, basically your side. And you gotta do the same thing, try to defeat their opponents. This is a really intense one, but once you get the hang of it, it's actually really good. It kind of reminds me a little of Plants vs. Zombies in a way, just, you know, different, obviously. There's probably another Battle Royale game like this on, like, iPhones, but I don't play them, so, yeah. It's a really intense one, but that's what makes it fun, in my opinion. Not top 10, but still a really good one, honestly. 13, Kick Club, a platformer game, and it's soccer. I usually don't care about soccer, really any sports IRL, minus basketball probably, but this one was surprisingly really addicting. It gets really tough. If you get a game over on this one, well, you start the whole game over again. Definitely not fun to do that, but despite that, this is a really fun one. Soccer tried to beat soccer. Try to beat opponents with the soccer ball. It's a really good one, honestly. I'm generally surprised I put it this high on the list, but that's just how fun it is, in my opinion, honestly. Number 12, Camouflage. This is probably the easiest puzzle game in the collection, but I really adore this one, honestly. You play as this chameleon that can change color to match the terrain. You make sure you don't get caught by monsters. This is relatively only a few levels, but man, it feels so satisfying to complete this one, so I don't really mind this one being as short anticipated. It can only get hard if you're trying to get all the collectibles, honestly, so yeah. A very good, simple puzzle game, honestly. Maybe not simple once you get to the later levels, but still. Number 11, Onion Delivery. This might be my most divisive placement yet. People seem to have a love-hate relationship with this game, so let's talk about it. You're a taxi, and it's an alien driving. You're delivering things to people, and that's pretty much deliver onions. But the difficulty wave is, oh boy. The controls are really difficult to get used to, honestly, and once you get used to it, it's not bad, but watch out for a bunch of obstacles that can really ruin your day, honestly. I don't know why I put this so high on the list, because really, I found this game really fun regardless of the obstacles. So really, it's a clunky game, but this is the one exception I won't mind it. It's just so, the atmosphere is really nice, and the music really goes hard, so yeah. Number 10, Rail Heist, and now we reach the top 10 with a Western-style stealth game. I'm not good at these kind of games, but man, this one was really addicting. This is a favorite from many people, and for good reasons, honestly. The gameplay is relatively simple, but man, it works really well. This is one of the most addicting ones in my opinion. Even if I suck at it, I just keep trying and trying until I get it. It's a really hard one, but man, it's a really good one. Definitely recommend it, honestly. Number 9, Mortal. Now we reach the first Mortal game, honestly. And this one is so good. A banger platformer where you have your little soldiers either turn to stone platforms, or sometimes you gotta blow them up to reach certain locations. This is a really intense puzzle platformer, and I love it, honestly. I'm not gonna get too much further into this other than, yeah, it's really good. Please play it. Number 8, Valgrass. This is such a simple premise, and it made in the top 10. Well, it's pretty simple. This is a roguelike kind of game, platformer, where you're climbing to the tower, and you have to avoid obstacles and make sure you get up to the top, because there's platforms either crumbling, or there's clouds, basically. It's a quick, fast reaction platform where you don't want to fall off. It's a really addicting one, honestly, and it's surprisingly really good, honestly. So yeah, as you can tell, these simple ones are really up my alley, honestly. Number 7, Night Manor. A horror game. This is a reason why this one's a favorite by many people, honestly. You basically it's an adventure, horror game, puzzle game where you look around obstacles, look around, find some puzzles to do, and be sure to just solve the mysteries of this haunted place. It's best I won't want to say too much, because I think it's best to go into it on my first experience, but let me just tell you, this one's a favorite by many people for good reasons, honestly. So yeah, definitely give it a try if you can handle horror games, honestly. Number 6, Seaside Drive. This is one of the most addicting shooter games in the entire collection, and it made in the top 10 for a reason. You shoot up a bunch of missiles, cars, whatever you see on the streets and in the background, and try to get as many points and try to survive. This is seriously one of the most addicting ones. The controls are so smooth to get the hang of, and I just love the background, honestly. It's really nice looking. Easily one of my top favorites in the collection. Number 5, Magic Garden. That matches, finally. This is a interesting arcade kind of like game. You grab these pink slimes and bring them to the stars to get a bunch of points, but you also gotta watch out for the evil ones and not get in their way. This is a really interesting puzzle arcade kind of game, and it's actually really addicting. It may be a short one, but man, I just can't stop playing it, honestly. A simple premise really gets you, honestly. This is seriously one of the best ones in the collection, honestly. Seriously, like, it's so pretty. I love the setting. It's just that good of a game, honestly. Number 4, Nenpek. This might be a crazy placement here, and that's pretty fair, but I honestly really adored this one. It's an auto-scroller 2D platformer where you're dodging obstacles and stuff, and you basically gotta watch out for them. It auto-scrolls, and it really can be difficult, but that's just the nature of why I love this one, honestly. It's kind of crazy I rank this up a lot higher. I feel like I can understand why some people wouldn't rank this one really high, but man, I don't care. This one was so much fun, despite the difficulties. I love playing this one, honestly, and I generally wouldn't mind keep playing this even if I wouldn't beat the game, honestly. So yeah, that's how much I kind of enjoy this one. It's just a nice controlling 2D platformer, so yeah. Number 3, Alphazar's Hat. I had no idea this was going to be a top 3 contender, but man, I just adored this one. This is a top-down shooter game with different abilities you can get throughout the game. God, the game looks so pretty, and I love the charming theme of it, and the magic kind of vibe, basically, with it. It's surprisingly really good. It is a very difficult one, mind you, but man, it's just so much fun to play through. Despite me dying several times, I don't have a problem playing this over and over again, honestly. It's such a charming one, in my opinion. I'm shocked it even got to the top 3. That's just how good of a game this one is. I can see why some people wouldn't rank this really high, but to me, I don't care, honestly. This one is a banger, honestly. Number 2, Party House. This is almost anyone's favorite game in the entire collection. It's like the most voted, most beloved of all of them, and for good reasons, honestly. You make a party, basically, with a bunch of folks that give you money and chat, basically. You can get more folks and level up and see how much stars and points you can get at the end of the round. It is a very difficult one, and it's such a simple premise, but once you play it, you really get it, honestly. It was kind of difficult for me to explain this one. Just go play this one, and you'll understand why this one is more beloved by basically any game. It's not my personal favorite. My personal favorite UFO 50 game is... And number 1, Mini and Max. This is my favorite game of UFO 50. When I first played this game, I was in love with it. I wanted to complete this game, and I did, honestly, because it's just that good. Let's start with the plot. I really haven't talked about plots in much of these, but I think it's only necessary. Minnie and Max basically get trapped in the closet by her big sister. I wouldn't trust a sister like that then. And basically, you have to either grow or shrink to get through interesting puzzles and level locations. And this is basically Dookie Dookie Panic with puzzles, or aka Mario Bros. 2 NES. And oh my god, I love this, honestly. The controls feel so nice, and the music is just so charming. There's like, you can tell that there's so much charm into this. This makes me want a sequel to this game specifically. Like, it's just that good of a game, honestly. Like, I could go on how much I adore this one, honestly. But just know, this is easily the best game in the collection, in my opinion. It's just that good. Play it for yourself. You'll understand why I love this one the most. Whew, and that's every game ranked in UFO 50. Go play UFO 50 right now. I promise you, you'll love it. Thank you guys for watching. What's your favorite game in UFO 50? Let me know in the comments below. Later, folks. Show the way.